Hello, everyone. It's 6:05. A bunch of us have piled in, and we're gonna get started. Hi. Um, this is our last base member meeting of the year. Um, and so we thought we would focus a bit on you know, um, doing a bit of a year in review, a bit of a year ahead for 2025, getting some feedback from you all, but I am getting ahead of myself. I'm realizing we need to do an icebreaker. Um, this month's icebreaker is an opinions based. Well, okay, it's basically three questions. The first one is um when is Halloween weekend this year? Was it this past weekend? Or is it the next one? What is your take? And then also like what's your costume situation? What are the costumes? What are the plans? I guess I can start and say I feel like Halloween weekend was this past one. I won't make fun of anyone if they have a differing opinion. And I was a ghost. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Okay, okay, a little bit controversy. Feel free to use the chat or unmute, whichever is like easiest for you. My thing about Halloween weekend being this weekend is like I feel like once it's November, I'm like, that's old news. But I'll respect your opinion. I also appreciate that. That's valid. Halloween, I feel like it gets to occupy the whole month of October. That's fair. Any last submissions? It seems like it seems like we're leaning in the direction of this past weekend. I want to hear about costumes though. Any spicy costumes anyone wants to share? Hmm. Yeah, I had pretty low um costume energy. this year. The Sheikah situation was just like, this is available. This won't take that much out of me. Um, cool. Okay. As I was starting to say before, basically today is a year in review, a year ahead, and an end of year reflection feedback moment. Um, so that'll be the bulk of our time. We'll take a 10-minute break at 7, as always. And then we'll close out at 7:30. Um, Firstly, we have a couple like bulletin board items. The biggest one just being that Justice Now is November 15th through the 17th. Justice Now is Sparks conference that we're doing this year in Atlanta. Um, yeah, if you want to go, you should go. Um, and I'll drop the link to the website in the chat. Um, and also, if you'd like to volunteer, or if you want to go but you don't want to pay to go, you can volunteer. And I'll drop the link to the volunteer form in the chat as well. We'd love to have some more folks supporting us at the conference for any amount of time during that weekend. Um, yeah, so feel free to look at the website, feel free to look at that volunteer form. Um, cool. We can kick things off. Also, if anyone ends up having any questions about Justice Now, feel free to put those in the chat or message me and I'll see what I can tell you. Um, cool. Okay. So, this year's been a big one. Um, there's been a lot of experimentation we've been doing with the base member meetings, a number of campaigns that we've been doing. Um, And yeah, we've internally been having a lot of conversations about what next year might look like, what might be the same, what might be different. Um, and in terms of giving you all a bit of a glance at 2025, um, there's a few things that might be different. Actually, I think I'll start with some things particular to the base member meeting, actually. Um, Give me a moment to share my screen. Okay, so um, our organizing department um, has given some thought to okay, that's fine. There we go. Um, how to design a more effective, more connective base member structure for 2025. And one of the places we've landed is to kind of reorient our base member meeting. So we're doing a bit of a rebrand. It's going to be our plug-in meeting. It's going to be somewhat monthly, not every month, but during major months with some breaks in between. And these meetings, instead of being more activity-based, or like workshop based or teach-in based, are going to be more directly connected to the work Spark is doing, the campaigns Spark is pursuing, various initiatives that we're involved in, and how folks in our community, folks in our base can get involved. So we have a number of committees that are going to be a part of that process. Basically, these meetings are going to be about talking about where we are in the work, what's going on for Spark, and seeing how folks in various corners want to be involved in that. So, for example, we'll have a program committee, If you're someone who wants to be involved in programs, if you want to volunteer at events, if you want to pitch ideas, that might be for you. We'll have an arts and communications committee. If there's some sort of medium that you would like to use as a tool in the realm of reproductive justice, that might be your bag. There will be a community outreach committee, which is pretty much what it sounds like, interfacing with folks directly in person or digitally, tabling, flyering, things like that. We'll also have a policy and advocacy committee, which will be much more directly tied to some of the work our policy and advocacy team are doing. And our policy and advocacy director, Agbo, will speak a little bit about what the first 3 months of the year will look like during legislative session in a couple minutes. And then we'll also have a feedback committee for people who want to support us in getting perspectives on like what is going well, what is not, how Spark can continue to grow and improve. And a little later on, I think at around 6:40, we have compiled a bit of an end of year survey, which will take some time, some break time, and we would love for you all to fill it out with your feedback, anything you want us to know. Yeah, so essentially, we are pursuing a more internally focused base member meeting, partially because we're looking at a lot of really, really rich programming next year, programming that would kind of look a lot like some of what the base member meetings have been. So there would be so many opportunities to plug into Spark, LOL, outside of our base member meeting. And so these new meetings will be more about direct participation, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, that's a bit within the organizing department's perspective. Um, and if anyone has questions about that, feel free to drop them in the chat or unmute or anything like that. And Agbo, if you're ready, I'd be happy to hand over to you for you to talk a bit more about session.
Yeah, absolutely. One second. Let me see what this camera situation's doing. Okay, it's fine. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Agbo. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am the Policy and Advocacy Director with Spark. So great to be in space with y'all. I'm just here to talk a little bit about what we have in store for next year, particularly during legislative session. So for those who haven't really engaged with legislative session in the past, session starts the second Monday in January and goes into typically like the last weeks of March or like the beginning weeks of April. So this is an opportunity for folks to introduce legislation, vote on that, pass the laws that we have to abide by in Georgia. So each year, Spark engages with session in a number of ways. One of them is through SOI, our Spark Organizing Intensive. Be on the lookout for more information for that. It's a great opportunity to build up your leadership and learning about advocacy, learning about what policy priorities Spark has made for the year, and then just like learning about like what it is to push legislation, campaign for legislation, talk to your legislator, what have you, and different avenues in which you can advocate for yourself and for your community. So it's always a really, really great time, really great event. Typically happens around like the last Saturday in January, so be on the lookout for that. Other way we engage is through Legislate This. That is our annual advocacy day. So this is a day where we kind of apply what we learned during our Spark Organizing Intensive, where we actually go to the Capitol and engage with our legislators, advocate for, again, our legislative priorities, or just the issues that are impacting you and your communities the most. So 2 opportunities to engage in session. Those are our main programs that we do every year. But moving into next year, we do have on the horizon actually a couple more advocacy days related to our different campaigns that we host. So sorry, I'm out of breath. I literally just finished a workout, so bear with me, y'all. Spark currently chairs two campaigns. One is the Fake Clinics Suck campaign. This campaign we've been chairing for since 2020. And this is a campaign to defund anti-abortion centers in Georgia. Those who aren't familiar, anti-abortion centers or crisis pregnancy centers or pregnancy resource centers, however you may have heard them called. These are facilities that have the express purpose of just lying to pregnant people who are really just trying to seek care, lying to them so that they do not seek an abortion. So Georgia currently gives about $2.5 million a year to these anti-abortion centers. We ultimately want to defund or rescind that funding and reallocate it to actually helpful resources. But for now, we're hoping to pass the Crisis Pregnancy Center Fraud Prevention Act, kind of as like a harm mediation measure to make it so that anti-abortion centers at the very least can't lie to people about the services they offer and what their options are. So we will be introducing legislation next year. Very, very excited about that. And accompanying that, we're planning on doing some kind of advocacy day or action around that particular bill at the Capitol. So be on the lookout for that. If you want to get plugged into that work, like Chisholm said, that policy and advocacy committee, we're really going to be ramping up sort of like that action work at the Capitol or just doing other campaign related actions. The second campaign that we're doing like a lot of things around during the Capitol at the Capitol next year is our Fertility Justice Now campaign. So this is a campaign to expand fertility care access to Georgians. So to make IVF more accessible, IUI, egg preservation, sperm preservation, like all of like these fertility options, just make that more accessible in general to Georgians. Right now, our policy ask is to pass insurance mandates so that if you are insured in Georgia, those insurance providers have to cover those services like IVF, IUI, egg freezing, all of that other fun stuff. So we are introducing that bill next year as well. We are already in talks of planning an advocacy day around that bill. So we're really, really excited about that. And again, you can plug into that through the policy and advocacy committee, or just hit me up. Actually, hit our new campaigns organizer up, and they can connect you with the right campaigns or the right folks around that. So that's pretty much our legislative session. Of course, throughout 2025, we will continue to push those campaigns. We definitely want to hear from y'all as far as things that are impacting you in your community, because that can be a new campaign, or we can just like support you in building that out as well. So again, hit me up, hit our info email up, hit Eva, our new campaigns organizer, up, and we will be in touch. Also happy to answer any questions. Thanks, y'all.
Cool. Thank you so much, Agbo. Yeah, so that's a bit of a spectrum of that first three-ish months on the policy and advocacy side. The survey that I will share with you all a little later there will be a spot at the end where if you have any thoughts that aren't, explicitly asked of you in the survey, you can totally fill them in there. So if you have any thoughts about session, if you have any thoughts about campaigns for Spark to pursue that feel particularly relevant to you or your communities, that could be a spot to fill that in. I will now talk a bit more about some of our programming intentions within the organizing department specifically. Um, Here we go. Can everyone see my screen? I think so. Okay, so I've got this broken down a little like sort of month by month for the first 3 months of the year because it'll be kind of a heavy period. Our plug-in meetings, which will be sort of like the revamped base member meeting I was describing, will occur for each of these months, January, February, and March. As Agbo said, we will also have SOI in January, which is a really cool space I'm looking at the chat. Okay. cool. Agbo's putting some other information in the chat about policy priorities. Reproductive freedom amendment, HIV decriminalization, easing the gender marker and name change process, and prison abolition in relation to Stop Cop City. Yeah, so in February, Legislate This will be happening, as Agbo pointed out. We'll also be launching a book club, which will be a series bi-monthly, most likely, where we're able to provide interested folks books with radical themes that are aligned with Sparks politics and the politics of our base, and provide a space for people to engage them and discuss with each other. I'm really excited about that personally. I don't make a lot of time to read in my personal life, so I'm very excited to have that be a part of my job. Uh, I'm muted. And then our community organizer, Lo, will be holding down the Trans Historic Love series, which will be taking a look at archival queer and trans life. There will be a photo shoot element. It'll be super romantic. It'll be in February. And the photos from that event will be compiled into a little project for Trans Day of Visibility, which will happen a little later in the year. Moving into March. Um, okay. March is gonna be busy. Once again, plug-in meeting, T-Dove will be happening in March. Lo will also be holding down a queer and trans-centered sex ed workshop, which I think is going to be really exciting. And we will also be doing some programming around Sex Worker Rights Day, which I believe is the 3rd of March. Um, and yes, it is. I'm glad everyone's excited. I'm excited. And well, okay, so the essentials, trans resource guide. If you aren't familiar, Spark has a resource guide called the Essentials, which is basically a directory of like what is in Atlanta that is like cool for trans people, safe for trans people, applicable to trans life, blah, blah, blah. And we are pursuing a volume 2 in 2025. That's not until September in terms of release, but what will be happening in March is uh we'll be launching a submission form. So if there's a coffee shop you go to or a therapist you really like who is like trans informed, etc., you'll be able to submit that to for consideration for the guide. Or if you are a very cool person, maybe you're like a trans barber or a nail tech or a tattoo artist or therapist or etc. If you run a support group or something, you can also request to be featured. So that'll be happening. It'll be pretty exciting. And I'm gonna drop the link to these two little thingies so you can reference them in the chat because our end of year survey is going to be asking you a bit about what you're most excited about, what you want more information about, what you want to potentially get personally involved in. So give me a moment to get you guys this link. Okay, everybody let me know if this link is not working and I need to do something um about that. If I need to change permissions or something. Um, but yeah, there's our little thingy. Now it's survey time. Okay, I'm gonna prepare yourself to give some opinions. We would love to collect some of your opinions on Spark, on programming this year. Okay, thank you, Corey. The link is working. Um, on Spark, on programming this year, on what you want to see from next year, don't hold back. We have like a very earnest interest in like how people are responding to what we're doing and what we can do better, differently, more in the future. Um, I'm gonna drop this link in the chat and then um I'm gonna do a little scroll through just to give everyone a little teaser of what we're looking at. And then we're gonna go on a bit of a break. One moment. Um, Alrighty. So yeah, it's gonna ask you some basic identifier questions. You know, who are you? Where do you live? Um, how have you been engaging with Spark? What have you liked? What could be improved? What do you want next year? How are you interested in getting involved? What part of our programming? Oh, I only showed you first quarter. So there's so many things happening next year. This is only first quarter. But what within that programming sounds the most exciting to you? Blah, blah, blah. Um, and then stuff about our new plugin meetings, the revamped version of our base member meeting. Um, so yeah, that link is in the chat. Everyone, once again, let me know if it's not working for some reason and I need to do something about that. But we can go on an approximately, I'm gonna say a 15-minute break. And yeah, I'm gonna put some music on. Please complete the survey. And then we'll come back and there'll be a little bit of time to share any thoughts that anyone feels like sharing before we do our 10-minute break a little later.
Don't know if you got a girl. Don't mean to disrespect, but all of you rule my world. I even dream of you, I swear. Visions of you and I. See you all around my way. Been meaning to say hi, but I'm just way too shy. I gotta make you see this is more than just a city rush. And I wonder if you even notice me. You gotta feel me. Without you, good. Just wanna be your girl. All alone at night, I harbor feelings for you, holding my pillow tight. Sometimes I even catch myself imagining your pleasure, baby. Next time I see you, I'm gonna walk right up to you and say what's on my mind. I gotta make you see this is then touch your silly cries. Wonder if you even notice me. You gotta feel me. Without you, girl. running. I've been searching where the love went. I've been looking for a dove, then they told me if I move, they gon' shoot me dead. But I think I'm about to go to work. I've been waiting on the summer. So looking back and wondering how we supposed to get from under. They told me put my hands up behind my head. I think you got the wrong one. I'm sick and tired of running. I've been searching where the love went. I've been looking for a dove, then they told me if I move, they gon' shoot me dead. But I think I'm about to go to work. I've been waiting on the summer. So looking back and wondering how we supposed to get from under. They told me put my hands up behind my head. They told me put my hands up behind my head. I think they got the wrong one. I'm sick and tired of running. I've been searching where the love went. I've been looking for a dove, then they told me if I move, they gon' shoot me dead. But I think I'm about to go to work. I've been waiting on the summer. So looking back and wondering how we supposed to get from under. They told me put my hands up behind my head. I think they got the wrong one. I'm sick and tired of running. I've been searching where the love went. I've been looking for a dove, then they told me if I move, they gon' shoot me dead. But I think I'm about to go to work. I've been waiting on the summer. So looking back and wondering how we supposed to get from under. They told me put my hands up behind my head.
Hey, we are, it seems like a lot of folks are done. Um, Feel free to say something if you need more time. I'm gonna do a little pause in case anyone is like, no, give me 2 more minutes. You also don't need my permission to keep working on it, is the other thing. So, um, cool. Um, so I'm already looking through some of the responses and I have questions and also actually first question. Um, I would love to hear from anyone who wants to share any of the reflections they offered, anything that they have particularly enjoyed about Spark so far, anything that they're hoping to see different in the future. Yeah, anything that you wrote about that you maybe want to elaborate on. Um, I'm just gonna give a second for anyone who wants to share anything else. Thank you. I feel like I saw a response. I don't know whose it was because I'm looking at it in like a compiled way, but there was a response in the survey about yeah, about inclusivity, at least as people perceive Spark, like that being a common thread apparently, particularly as it relates to like RJ and like things that aren't necessarily centered in typical RJ spaces. So I appreciate that. Inclusivity is definitely a major goal of the organization. Um, I saw a note about someone was interested in emergency kits, making them or Spark providing them. And I would love to ask that person or anyone else who thinks that's an interesting idea. If Spark was making emergency kits or care kits or anything in that realm, what would you want to see in them?
I think that was my response. And it's funny that you said that because Spark did it before years ago. So they would create little gift packets. I think it happened during Valentine a few years ago, but I also feel like I've they've done it before too, but it was like Plan Bs, condoms. Um it was also some in there that were it would help you figure out if you were ovulating. So it was kind of all across the board. I think that'd be really what I liked most about that event is the fact that it kind of went to the community. So they were outside, just like handing them out to people that was in the community, just walking up and down the West End. And another part of my feedback was given the chance to make sure that we are doing that active work. Because like I love meeting online and then when you have the events, but I would really love to do more community-based work, get more young Black girls, Black boys involved into what Spark is doing, and to kind of like close up some of these like siphoned off groups. It's like, no, we all kind of experience the same type of traumas and situations in the world, so we all should have a chance to talk about it as a group. So yeah, that's what I said.
Thanks for that. I really appreciate that. I've been with Spark for like a year now. So it's like there's so many things that I don't even like know about in Spark's like programming history. And I'm definitely feeling something similar in terms of like internally there's been so many changes recently and we're definitely thinking a lot about like especially, considering the ways that programming changed when the pandemic started, we're like really at a place of like, okay, like we've gotten like comfy in like a digital container and how do we break back out? Um, so definitely having similar thoughts for sure. So I appreciate that. Um, Looking at the chat. Mm, yes, fentanyl test strips and Narcan. Those are really good notes. Anyone else have anything they want to share?
I'll go again. Sorry. Uh, last year too, or maybe this was like 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Um, Spark had an event for the Black women writers, and it was so great. It was, I think this is when Asha was still here, but it was so great. I think about it all the time. Me and the person who facilitated this event stayed connected through Instagram. I would love for that to come back. I think I said this at a few events now. I'll get y'all to drop it in there, but I think that'd be really cool. And even with just more events catered to us expressing ourselves, like even if you did like, I don't know, I hate when I do that. I don't know, any type of other events that's kind of interactive that you come in. Even when I was in Brooklyn, they had a Black women's writing. It wasn't really a writing workshop, but it was like a energy releasing workshop. I don't know what it was, but it was fun. If we just had more centered, and it doesn't have to obviously be Black women, but just centered around like our energies. Even you all had like a talk not too long ago when you invited somebody in. I think they were talking about astrology. Just to have that experience in person, or just to be able to things that we're not familiar with, but we've heard of, just to connect those dots. Like I'm not a very big astrologist or astrology person, but it was like when that person was talking, it was like a somatic something. I was like, "Ooh, child, I like this." So I would have loved to have did that in person. I'm gonna be quiet now. Sorry.
No pressure to be quiet. Yeah, that's really good feedback. Yeah, definitely interested in like spaces of creation. I'm really excited to see how people respond to the book club, and being able to like gather in person and like share ideas and thoughts and reactions to different books every other month. I think it's gonna be really cute. I had like a very facetious idea for an open mic event that's also like a free STI testing event. I was like, it would be so cute if we did that and called it testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. And I was totally joking. But now it might have to actually happen. Looking at the chat. Yes, absolutely. I feel like I think also people sometimes struggle with just like getting the reading done by themselves. So I would also love if like a component of the book club is just like space to sit and read together. Um, and yeah, heavy themes, complicated topics, I feel like are really useful to have folks to sit with them alongside. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Also, I'm just gonna note people seem very interested in these plugin meetings, which is very exciting. Um, just to like speak off the cuff, um, it's very likely that they will be hybrid. We've been talking about the reality. Thank you, Corey. We've been talking about the reality that our base lives in a lot of different places. I'm seeing those results come in as well. And like, yeah, there's a concentration in Atlanta for sure, but like we have people who aren't in Atlanta or who are like in Georgia, but farther out or in other states. So thinking about like how members of our base can participate actively without having to be local. Um, so very exciting to know that um, folks are down. Um, I'm just like reading responses. Okay, cool. Any other thoughts? Any other reflections to share, feedback to share, anything you want us to keep in mind or improve on?
I'm just like, I would say I would really love if there was other opportunities for people to come in and just do help with the work, or if there's like something like, okay, well we have this big event, or say for like instance like one of those years they had the Valentine's Day thing. if you all are like, okay, so for this week we need volunteers Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to come in and make hearts or go out into the public and do X, Y, and Z. Even though I know you all already do some form of that, but it'd be really cool to feel like we're more involved instead of like when we just meet up on a call, or if we do like some of the camps or the conference. It'd be really cool to be more involved. To yeah. Sorry.
Yes, you were reflecting a lot of conversations we're having internally, and thinking about like how we can make a sort of transition, I guess, from like having a base of participants to like also having a base of volunteers. So folks have an opportunity to connect more directly. Um, yeah, thinking about like if I'm putting on a program, maybe there are people who like would be really excited to help set up. It's weird. Sometimes like I haven't been asking for that. You're so right, Lo. I haven't been asking for that, but sometimes someone shows up and just really wants to help me break down an event. And I'm like, okay, if you want to put this table in my car, I'm not gonna stop you. But I forget that sometimes people just like want to be hands-on in ways that you don't always expect. Yeah. Um, we are running up against we're nearing 7 p.m., which is when our 10-minute break would be. Um, let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading responses. This is like so interesting. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Um, okay. I'm gonna stop being distracted. Um, cool. I kind of want to do a temp check, because we could go on a 10-minute break in 3 minutes. Um, or oh, actually, let me just check in directly. Hey, Lo, how are you doing with links? Um, yeah. So, Lo, if you have a moment, I would love to know where you are with sending out links. Um,
I'm sorry.
I
Um,
oh, you're good.
sorry, I was in the midst of sending out the links.
Okay.
I went alphabetical order for the people who came in at the top of the hour. Um, I'm almost done. So if you have not yet received it, please stay on so that I can send it to you. Also, these vouchers are individual vouchers. It will not work for more than one person. So if they did not attend, unfortunately, they won't be able to use one. But I'm glad you were here and thank you all.
Cool. Thanks, Lo. Yeah, so if you haven't, you should be receiving links via direct message if you haven't received one. Hangout. Usually we would go on a 10-minute break at in a minute, and then come back. But I feel absolutely fine to make this a short meeting. We've accomplished our goals and I feel satisfied with that. So yeah, hang out if you haven't received your link yet. Um, Reminder about Justice Now, 15th through the 17th. It's going to be a really dope conference. Um, and if you'd like to volunteer, either because you're just very excited about volunteering or because you would like to attend the conference for free, um, I'm going to get you the links you need for that. Um, Yeah, and so stay on if you haven't received a link. I'm just gonna play us out. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for all of your responses. They're already really, really valuable. And thanks for being here this year. And like growing with our base member meeting as it's changed throughout the year. And as I've been facilitating it this year, I like started in January, so it's been a bit of a ride. Um, so yeah, it's our last one of the year. We will see probably a lot of you in January or at the conference in November. Um, so yeah, um, feel free to uh head out, stay on, listen to music, wait for a link. Um, we're gonna close out.
Hey, is anybody still on?
Yes,
Yes, I'm
absolutely.
still here.
Sorry. So my friend, I had sent an email a couple weeks ago about the last time we had a base member meeting. They said to reach out if anybody wanted scholarships, and she had sent a few emails and she hasn't got anything back. So can I just share this link, or is that the same thing?
To the Justice Now
Yes,
scholarship.
yes.
Um, so the scholarship has closed. Um, but I would say still reach out, go ahead and send her the link so that she can volunteer. And we can kind of work around. We'll see
Okay.
if we can work around ways for them to be able to attend.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
If it's got to be one night, then God, it's got to be all night. Let's meet up in the moonlight, 'cause God, it's got to be all night. All night, yeah, yeah, all night, yeah. All night, all night. If it's got to be one night, then God, it's got to be all night. Let's meet up in the moonlight, 'cause God, it's got to be all night. All night, yeah, yeah, all night, yeah. All night, all night. If it's got to be one night, then girl, it's got to be all night. Let's meet up in the moonlight, 'cause girl, it's got to be all night. I've been searching for a lover who will last me through the summer night. Will be mine all night. I've been searching for a love like it all night. All night is the time. All night. Always coming all night. All night is the time. All night. Yeah, yeah. Always coming for the rest of the time. guy pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. I see both sides like Chanel, see on both sides like Chanel. Swimming laps through pool water, eating like I'm underworld. Had my tattoos in Shibuya, police think I'm of the underworld. 12 treat a nigga like he 12. How you looking up to me and talking down? Can't you see I am the big man? God level, I am the I am. Now film it with the drone cam and the pink like Killer Cam. Zoom on that stick, no way. Up so close, I'm on that kill. Controller on your lower back, yeah, that's the good. Dick roll the eyes back in the skull. Rollin' when you ride, poppin'. Rollin' when you ride the ride. Got one, street acting, turned up like some dirty plastic. 2016 burned some discs. 2017 ideas playing off a Walkman. This a cult, not a click on the net. With a cup, in a cup, activist. That's a double edge, it's a knife. And I don't like to fight till I'm fighting. Revenge in the air makes my lungs sick. Chopper in the sky like a gun trick. Clips on clips like Mike. It's really all. See both sides like Chanel. See on both sides like Chanel. It's really you on my mind. It's really you on my mind. It's really you. It's really you on my mind. Need both sides of the 12. Need both sides of the L. Free smoke rings in they hell. Sleet snow grind for the well. Whole team diamonds is real. Show them how to shine by themselves. You need a
It's all in the eyes, you and me. Words just describe all the things that you be. What is deep is deeper than steep. So lonely knows this type of vibe is stronger in time. I won't go on unnoticed. I won't. So concrete can't hold hearts feel righteously. Whatever it is, I know that it's real. Long as you know, no complaints, you're all that I feel. Sister, soul, you must be my soul sister, soul sister, soul. You must be my soul sister, soul sister, soul. You must be my soul sister. find tight spaces that fall in my soul. See, baby, that has no rhyme. Do you like how it feels when I smoke you out? Head down to your toes, making you scream and shout. You must be my soul sister, soul sister, soul. You must be my soul sister, soul sister. You must be my soul sister, soul sister, soul sister, 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 soul sister. You must be my soul sister, 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 soul.
Didn't I treat you right now? Didn't I do the best I could? Didn't I give you everything? I tried my best just to be a man. Didn't I do right? Why you wanna leave me, baby?
woman could need. I bought you cars, clothes, a home. When things was wrong for me, I kept on. I'm back again. There's something wrong with you. Tell me. Bring me all your troubles, girl. You look bad. You should be glad. Don't be mad. Don't just be glad. Now sit down and let me kiss your love a little.